The United States Embassy in the Gambia, in collaboration with partners on Thursday, commemorated the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence at an event held at Carnifing Estate. The 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence is an annual global campaign that kicks off on 25th November, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and runs until 10 December Human Rights Day. Speaking at the ceremony, the Charter Affairs says the United States is proud to work with all partners to end gender-based violence.
We are pleased to bring together two of our grantees for this program, of course the Kerr Gallery and the Women's Association for Victims Empowerment, or WAVE. I want to commend both organizations for their exemplary work in advancing the rights of Gambian women and girls. In your own way, both of your institutions are helping empower women and girls. You ensure that their voices are heard and their stories are told, so thank you for your commitment. The U.S. is proud to partner with you and all others who work to end gender-based violence, recognizing that it is still a pervasive human rights abuse. Sadly, and I didn't know this, 1 in 3 women and girls worldwide will experience sexual or physical violence in their lifetimes, a number that has largely...
The program's associate, Women's Association for Victims Empowerment, Mariama Conte, calls for collaboration to fight against gender-based violence.
This shows the need for all of us to work together and foster our partnerships. If not, we would create gaps. And the work of activism is not the role of only activists. Every individual should be involved in fighting gender-based violence. And more often than not, we place emphasis on the physical aspects of gender-based violence. But there are many women and other vulnerable groups that are going through emotional violence. And these are harder to prove because to find evidences of mental health issues that are related to gender-based violence is difficult. Which is why it's important for us to work together to raise awareness and also work with men. Because more often than not, men are left out in conversations like this. And even in our gathering today, you'd see we have more women. And our target, I think, is to focus more on trying to build positive masculinity. And for that to happen, we have to involve men in conversations and raise our boys to realize that they should work towards empowering women and working with them to fight gender-based violence.
The National Coordinator Network Against Gender-Based Violence, Fatou, disclosed that gender-based violence has been on the rise since 2019.
In the Gambia, if you look at the demographic health survey 2019-2020, it has revealed that violence in the Gambia overall has been increasing from 2013 to date, from 26% to 48%. That is 22%, increment from 2013 to 2019-2020. It also has shown that when we come to sexual violence, it has increased from 5% in 2013 to 9% in 2019-2020. And physical violence has increased from 41% to 48% over the same period. And when we look at other studies that are conducted in the Gambia, you look at the mix, it has also revealed mix 2018, that overall in the Gambia, more than 30% of Gambian women got married before the age of 18 years of age.
He also spoke at length on the way forward and how to tackle gender-based violence.
As for me, I in fact say that gender-based violence is a pandemic in this country, and we need to do all we can, all of us together, to ensure that we combat it. And that's why I like the theme for this year, which is about Unite Activism, which means every one of us should unite together to ensure that we work together to fight sexual and gender-based violence in this country, because otherwise it will go to a level that we would not like, all of us.
Commissioner of National Human Rights Commission Halimatu Diba says it is the collective responsibility of every citizen to fight against gender-based violence.
When we talk about the silence culture, when we talk about the victims in this country, I think that's why Unite is very relevant to bring together, to have a key partnership, to address the different areas. We're talking about protecting vulnerable groups, but also the prevention mechanisms that we have in place, the security apparatus in this country. The security sector need to understand what SGBV is, because most of the time when we have some of these complainants, once it's not rape, once it has to do with intimate violence, they tend to brush it off as this is a family issue. Go address it at home. So that is one of our major problems.
The commemoration was also attended by Dr. Stephanie Awamendi, Senior Magistrate, Her Worship F.B. Jallo, among other gender-based violence activists. Reporting for Kerr, Fatou, I am Landin Cisse.